Good evening, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 25 to 8 on the 2nd of February, with a few for tomorrow that I didn't expect to be doing. I wasn't supposed to be with you at this time of night because I had a recording done today for the weekly show with the Stig. Put a good bit of effort into it and couldn't send it in in an email to our tech man. There was a glitch in the system today and it's still not working, and then he sends his and it's knitted together and it's sent back to me and I put it up. So we have to go to plan B. So all our work that we had done today is gone down the Swanee. Well, I think it is. I hope it isn't, but it looks like it. So I have to redo it. So I have a few for tomorrow, and we had a nice day. Can't you leave the horn on the bus alone? They're bollocks in there the last 20 minutes after Blind Beggar going in. They're changing. A few of them is changing the horn on the bus. They reckon that's too old-fashioned or something. So I don't know. I don't like that sound. I'll have to investigate it after. We had 2 winners from 2 today. Blind Beggar. I wasn't too worried when he broke last because I knew if they went too fast that he'd pick them up because he is a 6-furlong horse, and they were sort of recognised sprinters. I thought he'd outsprint them actually anyway. Great SP, and Pipes one done it simple today as well. Much like Yamando the Day and Carbon King, bounced him out and kept out everyone's way. I was listening to it on the bus on the way back today. It was bad timing. So I still didn't get a chance to see it, but he must have won well by all accounts. So I see people had the double done. That was 15 or 16 to 1. So good start to the month. Anyway, we have a big weekend coming and we have a lot of work to do. So we'll hopefully get up our selections tomorrow evening for the 2 days. Tomorrow. Let's see. Now I'm a bit mithered because I had this done before. The 140 at Catterick. There was no prices up for this today, but I thought this was a strong enough selection. Hold up Colmine. I think the better ground. He got a bit bogged down the last time on. He looked like he was going to win it. You'll be able to see for yourselves. He looked like, and I think that there was the last hurdle was taken out as well, and he sort of got a bit mithered, I think, like me at times.
Jack's Touch is just pushed along now. No Tackle is one that's making steady progress under Robbie Dunn as they crest the rise and begin the run downhill. 2 flights left to jump. Hold Up the Colmine has now come through to just about take over. Birdman Bob dropping back to 4th. It's Hold Up the Colmine going well, taking it up from Grey Dalco on the inside and Heaven Smart on the outside. Heaven Smart looking a danger to Hold Up the Colmine, though Jamie Moore is beginning to scrub away as they run left-handed now. So the favourite leads the way, travelling much the best at this stage. Hold Up the Colmine from Heaven Smart, then Grey Dalco. No Tackle into 4th, then Jack's Touch and a gap to the weakening Birdman Bob. Here's the second last. Hold Up the Colmine comes in to take it. Good jump from Heaven Smart in second. Grey Dalco. Then No Tackle. The others are going to finish at long intervals. Onto the final flight, a long run in. Hold Up the Colmine made a little bit of a mess of it there. Leads the way by a good 3 or 4 lengths to Heaven Smart. Grey Dalco rallying on the fence. Long run in, still a furlong to go. Heaven Smart trying hard on the near side of Hold Up the Colmine, who's got a little bit lonely in front. And then back in third, Grey Dalco. No Tackle still running on. It's Heaven Smart that leads the way. No Tackle down the outside is flying home. It's Heaven Smart. No Tackle might even get there. Oh!
I think it was jockey error on where he stayed on the track. It was pure bog up by the rail, and it was nice ground, or well, nicer ground out towards the outside, and he got bogged down. It was a long run in from from the last hurdle as well. Hobbs is going fairly well recently. He has upped his game, and I thought 15 to 8. There was no price up when I done it the early today, but he's 5 to 4 and 6 to 5. I think 15 to 8 is a good enough price there. Could have a 2-point win on that. And then in the 2 o'clock at Chepstow, we're taking on the Fav. We're going each way on Limetree Boy. 5 to 1. John Joe. This is a lightly enough raced horse. I remember that run, you can see first time out in a novice hurl in Aintree last November 12 months. Third to Hillcrest. He's only beaten 4 lengths, and he won in Weatherby. But to put him away then, brought him back in a chase. And they weren't too busy on him, and it was last October, and John Joe was quite enough at the time. He's in 4th place now in the green. And,
but it's Guadathon, Aidan Colmine just moves into the home straight, going nicely on the left with the noseband Great Ocean. In purple on the right is Pass Me By. Limetree Boy in green and white colours. He's 4 lengths off those. Back now in 4th position and under pressure. This is the last of the ditches. And as they move down towards it, Great Ocean on the left. The noseband has come through to join Guadathon. Limetree Boy still running on, has taken 3rd place now to Pass Me By as they move down towards the second last fence. A quartet in this with a fairly decent chance. And Guadathon, and on the left, Great Ocean still together. Limetree Boy is 2 lengths behind him in 3rd. Pass Me By, and the purple on the right still has a chance as well. Last fence now. Guadathon, a big leap at it, only had a length advantage. There are 3 snapping at his heels. In the centre, Limetree Boy on the right, Pass Me By on the left, Great Ocean. But Guadathon and Aidan Colmine are still holding him here, and they're going to win. Guadathon is 2 or 3 lengths.
He didn't throw the kitchen sink at him now, but he hasn't run since October. I was hoping that they're probably waiting for a nice bit of ground for him. The favourite there, he won the last time, but he went up, I think it was £8 he went up for it. Robert Walford and Daryl Jacob rather. So I thought at 5 to 1 pint each way on that. They're paying 4 places. And in the 3 o'clock at Chepstow as well, we're taking on the Fav with Super Survivor. This is another, he's a sort of an out and out stayer. He was second in a pint to pint. First time out, won a novice hurl in Doncaster, and he was second to Pimlico Point in Chepstow. He was given weight away though at that day, but I thought this race the last day, but Mr. Coffee is rated 140. And I was getting weight, but he done it well, I thought. Back at the same course tomorrow, same distance.
Is still close up, but suddenly Young Buck and Oscar Elite are beginning to toil and are getting left behind. So Mr. Coffee at 5 from home, draws to it, jumps that well. Super Survivor lingered in the air, down on his nose, well picked up, but Mr. Coffee suddenly is 4 lengths clear. Super Survivor, regathering the momentum, is urged after him as they come to 4 out the last ditch. Mr. Coffee, quick through the air to Super Survivor. Gustavian on the left in the noseband is still in touch with the leading pair. Young Buck is plugging on a remote 4th, and then Oscar Elite, and this is the 3rd last. Mr. Coffee with Super Survivor ranging up to have a go at him, and now moving through alongside. They've shaken off Gustavian. They've got 2 left to jump, a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Super Survivor jumping on from Mr. Coffee, 2 lengths between them, downhill to the final fence. So Super Survivor from Mr. Coffee, they're miles clear now of Gustavian. Super Survivor, Mr. Coffee rallying. Super Survivor quick at the last, but only a length up on landing. Mr. Coffee keeping on determinedly, but it's Super Survivor entering the last half furlong and now beginning to extend away.
He done that well enough, I thought, and he's still a young enough horse, like, and he obviously jumping, so he might have improved. Snowden gets the best out of horses. So there's the 3 over the jumps. There's a bus horse running tomorrow night. Cracking Power. Dodgy race though, because it's apprentice. If Mulrennan or one of them was on it. Spanish Angel, Willie Nelson will be singing tomorrow night. The 7 Spanish Angels. He won well enough the last year in a slightly faster time. But Cracking Power has won 2. He won 2 days in a row actually, 3 weeks ago. Has got the break. Learning how to run at 5 furlongs. But the thing is, well, the young guys don't know how to hold or to do that. So anyone that won on him should back him again, because even if he lost, and I'm hoping he wouldn't, but they wouldn't be crying much. And anyone that wants to have a bet in Medan tomorrow, there's a bus horse. He let me down for the place pot in Ascot, Legend of Dubai. And we had him that day. I think we backed him at 13-2, and he went off 7-2 favourite. That was last June. And then he was up in Trip twice. He ran a good race behind Mujaba. We were on Mujaba that day in Doncaster. But he's back to a mile, and he's first run for Doug Watson. Watson does well enough out there. He's an each way shot. Now, this is for the Goose specialists. McCarthy and Kerry will be looking at this probably tomorrow. He's 11-2 there. Anyone that they're paying 5 places. Anyone that wants to have a bet on that. We'll have a minute. The decks are in for Saturday. The Stig has the 4 grade 1s done. I'll be handicapping the handicap chases and hurdle races. But the big market mover today is a bus horse actually in this race. Quai du Paris. This was 11s this morning. I can happily say I got a bit of that. And then it was 8s. But Townend has chosen him. Now this is the horse I mentioned before, that when I was in Willie Mullins's, that I asked a girl, I said, give me one 4-year-old or one of the French horses, and that's the one she gave me. Now it didn't look that impressive, and it made hard work, and it was 1-5 I think in Tramore. But it's supposed to have come on a lot, and it must have, because I hate the money for it today. So I must check to see what price it is for the Albert Bartlett. So I think it's 5. Albert Bartlett winners in mostly are either 6 or 7. There's a fantastic Willie Mullins actually has 21 runners on Saturday between the 4 grade 1s and the bumper. That's an average of 4. He has 6 and 1. But the chase, the Arkle, this is going to be the race of the day. This is the one that I can't wait to get watching. He has Appreciated Dicer Dynamo, El Fabiolo. Townend takes the ride and Appreciated. It's a 9-year-old. No 9-year-old has won the Arkle in Cheltenham since, I think, I look back 30 years, I think. But I don't know. But we'll go through that anyway. We have a couple of bus horses then in the handicap hurl. We have Percival Legalwa and we have Jungle Pros going there. And in the handicap chase, we have a couple of bus horses. We have Get My Drift and Final Orders. And in the bumper, it looks a strong enough bumper as well. Facile Mode is the favourite. But a bit of money there today came for Chosen Witness, I've seen, of Willie. So that's what I'm going to spend the next couple of hours at now, is try and get a handle on Saturday. I will try and get a video up tomorrow night if this is working. Tomorrow, hopefully it will. That we get hopefully, because the Stig is doing his homework, and fair play to him. He's spent a good few hours at it. Anyway, bash the book. He's over and out. Easy on the sauce now tonight.